coming up next?
So I have a Britney Spears cover coming out November 12th, and it's going to be part of a Free Britney album, and a portion of the proceeds are going to ACLU SoCal because we're trying to raise money to help survivors of conservatorship abuse. And yeah, I'm really excited to be a part of the album. It's me and 19 other female and non binary artists that covered her songs for the album.
Awesome.
So, pretty excited for it to come out because
Cool.
Britney is like one of my favorite artists ever. I grew up listening to her and like dancing to her in my room. So, it was nice to be able to cover one of her songs.
She's kind of one of these people that's crossed over generations, I think, or it might just be that people are just still so passionate about her or something. I don't
Yeah,
know. Um,
timeless.
so you also host Anti-Anxiety Hour.
Yes. So I started doing that during the pandemic because mental health is something that's really important to me. And I wanted to try to bring awareness to it and have like a community where you can come and you can talk about whatever is bothering you, whatever struggles you're going through. So I started that on Instagram Live in 2020, and I every week I was having a different artist come on and I would interview them about music and mental health. And it was great because I feel like it really opened a dialogue for people to come on and like share what they were going through. And it was nice because we were kind of helping each other get through tough times. So
Cool. Do you have any of those coming up?
I'm gonna restart, I think, season 3 in January.
Cool.
So working on
Um,
that.
nice. Well, first question, is there a way to make your screen bigger, or am I just going to be dominant in this arrangement?
You're dominant in mine, so
I have no idea what these buttons do.
me either actually.
I'm scared to press them. This is
Yeah,
um mirror your
there should be
video.
a way.
What?
There should be a way to like split the screen.
Yeah, right. Um, okay. Well, I have no idea. Let's just move it. You want to play something?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Mm,
what are you playing today?
I'm gonna play Higher, which is a song that I wrote that came out in April.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay,
Yeah,
well, this goes higher. I might move
okay,
out of the screen for a sec,
okay.
just so it's, but man, it would be good to get your for um yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I've been breaking a sweat, I've been unusually kind. Something happened to me, something's making me shine. Suddenly nothing can bring me down. Laying all my fears to rest in the ground. Yeah, you take me higher than I want to go. Yeah, I'm burning brighter and I can't let go. Caught in the crossfire and I can't stay low. Yeah, you take me higher and I can't let go. I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go. I'm waking up with a smile I never thought that I'd find. Something that tastes so sweet, it's a shock to my mind. But I am already off the ground. Getting lost with you, look at what we've found. Yeah, take me higher than I want to go. Yeah, I'm burning brighter and I can't let go. Caught in the crossfire and I can't stay low. Yeah, you take me higher and I can't let go. I'm not letting 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 go.
Nice.
Thank you.
So that was Higher. It's on Spotify and Apple and all those things. Illicit Ghost, check her out on TikTok or Instagram. And
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. This is
Yeah.
awesome. All right.
Cool. And I am going to now try adding Tommy. Dun dun dun. Yo,
Oh my God, it's working.
sorry about that.
Yeah, no, dude, I have been there.
It's
Uh,
like I have no idea what, all of a sudden it just didn't. That was the first time it never worked.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've had Instagram is super glitchy, so I don't know. I've had like days where I was like, I'm so stoked to launch a comic, and then I was like ready to hit post, and then nothing worked. So,
Uh,
yep. And it's especially more terrifying when you're forced to stall for time on video.
Went with 150 people in
Yeah.
the room. I was like, what a waste of everyone's time. Fantastic. I was trying to be prompt and get. I was like, I told you, I was like, be ready at 5:10 or 5:11.
Yeah.
But we're just 10 minutes late. Anyway, do you know how to get your screen bigger?
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out as well. I think if there would be a way to do it, it would probably be on your end because
Yeah, I would think so too.
I don't see any functionality here. It looks like I can give you a gift of some kind.
Yeah, I
Uh,
saw that too.
I
Maybe
can
we
give
can
you a
just.
solar system if you'd like.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Tommy Siegel is a great musician and member of Jukebox the Ghost, and in addition, a accomplished cartoonist. Um, so I kind of wanted to just go over, I guess, tell us how you started out with the music, because the music came before the art, right?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I guess like if you're talking about like my life as a my entire life, drawing came first for sure.
Hmm.
Like as a kid, I wanted to be a cartoonist, and then it wasn't until I hit puberty that all of a sudden I was like, like comics are for kids. Like I'm a man now, and so I started playing guitar and you know, started liking rock music, and then kind of didn't look back until I was in my like late 20s. I kind of drew casually on the road sometimes as like a social media gimmick for Jukebox the Ghost, but I didn't really start taking it seriously until about 3, 4 years ago.
It's pretty hard to tour and be able to have the discipline to do anything else other than wait for shows all day.
Yeah, I mean, you know the tour thing, and well, we've toured together as well, but it's just like it's a lot of hurry up and wait, and
Yeah.
so it's not conducive to a lot of other activities. Like you can't really, I like you can't really read a book on tour
Hmm.
very well, I find, or like, you know, get any real side work done. So drawing actually I found to be like really perfect because you can, if you're jumping in for 30 seconds, that's fine, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. And you can kind of, there's a lot of, you know, audio stimulation on tour, whether it's like sound checking or people yelling or people making funny voices or whatever. And drawing, you can keep doing it regardless of what chaos is happening around you.
Throw on some headphones.
Yeah.
Forget about the world,
Yeah.
basically. Um, Well, so you, how did I guess I assume most people here probably have heard of Jukebox the Ghost. How did the band form, and when did you decide to become a professional musician?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really. I feel like it wasn't like a decision in a way. It was like we just got really lucky. So, I mean, I met Ben and Jesse. So it's only three of us in the band. Met them in college. I put up an ad in a flyer in the music department with my phone number, which is how I met them. And yeah, we started playing together in college. There was another college kid at that time who was managing us, quote unquote. And he was like, "You guys should make an album." And we were like, "Yeah, what? Sure, whatever." So we made "Let Live and Let Ghost," our first record when we were seniors in college, um, and it was just this. By the effect of I don't know, we got good enough that people at our college actually wanted to come see us live. And then we finally had some recorded music that sounded half decent. So all of a sudden, we had like a really good fan base in DC, and just started touring in a minivan and sleeping on floors. And um, gradually, that segued into from we went from a minivan to an actual van, and from floors to motels, and then to a sprinter van, and then to actual hotels, and then to a bus. And so it's been a very gradual process for us, but we really like hit the ground running in 2008.
It's been yeah, it's a long time. It takes a long time to build that kind of fan base, and I know you guys sold out Brooklyn Steel the other night, which is pretty damn awesome.
We did. It was so fun. It was such a fun show.
And the I've seen the Queen show a couple times, and it's amazing. It's
Thanks, man.
it's definitely worth seeing. I feel like everybody needs to go see you guys do one of the Hollow Queen shows next year.
Next year. Next year.
You're done, right?
We are done. Yeah, we did
Yeah.
Columbus, Ohio, Chicago, New York, and Boston this year.
Maybe you could do another band like in a different season.
Well, we were thinking. I mean, the greatest thing I think would be to do to brand it as Halloween once again next year, but don't be super specific and have different graphics, and then come out and do for our second set, instead of doing Queen, we do Queen Latifah.
Oh wow, that's a curveball I didn't see coming.
Yeah,
How I don't know that many Queen Latifah songs.
me neither.
I bet it's probably one of those artists where you're like, oh yeah, or it could be like it has like 10 million streams and or 100 million streams, and I'm like, I had never heard this in my life.
Yes, yeah,
It's
definitely.
more likely that, like the soundtrack of Doctor Dolittle 7 or something, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
So okay, so you're playing music all these years, and then you started the cartoon thing. Um, I feel like the this book was like the beginning of like this documents the beginning of your serious journey into cartooning.
Yes. So yeah, that book. I hope this helps. That was like I put that out last fall through Andrews McMeel, my publisher. But yeah, that was kind of a memorial anthology collection of essays around. I did a comic every day for 500 days, and it's kind of just a book about that and sort of the comics that I still liked from that
Hmm.
experience and thought were worth printing, with some essays about like, you know, what it's like to be in the daily social media hellscape zeitgeist as a creator. So that's kind of that book.
It's a fun read. I don't. Like if you guys don't follow Tommy on Instagram, if it ever works, you should follow him because you can see a lot of these cartoons. But uh, I don't even know where to single out. When you do a book reading or something, I don't know. Have you done book readings?
You know, it's been a weird experience because I was so excited to like do actual author stuff when I came out with books, but with that book and then Candy Hearts, which came out earlier this year, it's been like in the middle of a pandemic, so
Yeah,
nobody's
that's weird.
doing anything. So like the only book events I've done have been on Zoom, and you're just sort of like, okay, well, if you bought the book, pretend that I signed it, you know?
And turn to page 122 and we will examine.
Yeah. It's like a Bible radio show. Yeah.
So from doing these books, have you gotten how ha what kind of opportunities are coming to you, or have you participated in?
Um, well, I mean, the wild thing, Candy Hearts was that was an exciting one. I mean, like, I feel like I hope this helps as a more maybe personal book, or for someone who already like was following my work. And then, but Candy Hearts, I think, is a really fun, just sort of like coffee table book for whoever. And so that opened some interesting doors. Like Target picked it up, which was great. They had it on like their Valentine's Day table. Um, but yeah, that's just been really interesting to watch the Candy Hearts sort of travel around the internet and the bookstore worlds, just sort of on their own thing, you know?
Yeah, you went mainstream.
Lamestream,
It's
lamestream.
no, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, isn't that the goal for us as general artists to be in every Target in the country?
Yeah, just standing there busking with a hat on the floor. Totally.
Well, essentially, other people are busking your book. You know, the Candy
Yeah,
Hearts book,
there you
right?
go.
Like, buy this book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Also, I was realizing before I jumped on this that we toured together 11 years ago, which is really weird.
that's a really long time
It
ago.
doesn't feel that long ago. I mean, it feels like a long time ago, but it doesn't feel like 11 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I was like, when I just a lot of the people I've met along the way, I'm like, wow, I've known you for 20 years.
Yeah, it's really messed up. I mean,
When
Jukebox the Ghost, we've been a trio for 17 years now.
That's a long time. That's most of your life, right?
Yeah,
That's like, that's insane.
it's weird.
And as 24-year-olds, that's impressive. Uh, have has so Ben has been really popular on TikTok,
Yeah.
and you've been really popular on Instagram. How has Do you think this is translating to the band, like making more awareness of Jukebox the Ghost? I would assume absolutely, but I'm curious.
I have absolutely no idea. I mean, honestly, I think like internet success like that, when it's kind of separate from the band, like I don't know how many people are actually like I don't know. Like there was this weird thing where at first I felt like I was like a member of a band being like, "Hey, check out my comics." And
Yeah.
then now I'm in this weird position where I don't think 95% of my followers even know Jukebox the Ghost. And so I'm kind of going like posting a comic and being like, "Hey, check out my band." So I really, 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 really don't know. I mean, we did this fall tour though, and I haven't. Nobody was yelling for Ben to spell out their name with music in the crowd. So I don't know if that contingent
Huh.
of people who follow him is showing up to jukebox shows. Nor do I get a lot of requests to draw on stage. So
Interesting. Do you do you sell drawings at the merch table these days?
you know,
Or
I
at
think I
some
would have in normal times, but everything was so weird with COVID
Really? It's
touring
too
that,
complicated.
yeah, yeah, we were just trying to keep the merch table as simple as possible.
What was the so I saw you guys in Nashville minus you,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
really strange. I was like basically seeing a Ben Solo concert.
Yeah,
Um,
you've never, I mean, now you've seen a show that I will never see.
there's one show. There's probably a couple shows. Was there another show you missed?
Oh, I missed like six,
Several.
I
Oh
missed a
wow,
bunch of shows. I mean, I was quarantined for 10 days in Kansas City with COVID.
that's such a bummer. Did you guys play the blame game in the van
we didn't really play the
or in
blame game.
the bus? I mean,
But yeah, it was a chaotic tour, you know. It was like we're all kind of guinea pigs right now, and I mean, we had what 22 tour dates on our September October tour, and um, two of them were canceled. 10 of them were duo shows of some variety, and then
okay.
10 of them were full band shows. So the odds were less than 50% that you were going to go see all three members of Jukebox the Ghost.
It was a lottery. You probably had people go to multiple shows, I would assume, for that reason.
People going to multiple shows?
Yeah, being no, like being like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this show, but I'm also gonna do these two shows and follow the band so that, and just in case
I
they're
don't know
getting
if
a different
anybody did
set.
that. I don't know if anybody did that, but mostly because they were like, I think they might have been spooked by the fact that we were all getting COVID, so
Yeah.
which is
Um,
understandable.
there is that, like, oh yeah, there's COVID going around with this band. There's definitely something going on with them. People still chose to go though. It was pretty packed.
I
So
mean, we tried our best. We really tried to encourage masking at the shows. There were, vax required. But Delta was uh, Delta was hopping in
it
Texas when
was
Jesse got it, and it was hopping in Portland, Oregon when I got it. So,
it
you
was
know,
everywhere. Everywhere. Uh you were.
yeah.
Everywhere you want to be.
Hmm.
Um that's cool. What's next for like what about your other music projects?
Other music projects are kind of laying low at the moment. The focus has really been on Jukebox the Ghost this whole fall. So we've been, doing this fall tour, and then while it kind of we quarantined together for a significant amount of time in 2020 and early 2021, and I finished a record that I'm really, really pumped about.
Cool.
So yeah, getting that all mixed and mastered and figuring out what the track list is and doing our own artwork and videos and all that kind of stuff. That's been definitely the focus of energy. And I mean, so my solo music, I have not been hustling super hard. I put out a solo record last year that took so
Yeah,
much.
it's great. I have
Thanks,
it.
man.
I was gonna hold it up, but it's in my living room amongst a couple hundred records that are. I have like work being done in the house. It's a mess. Whatever. Doesn't
That's
matter. Not
that's
important.
awesome. Um, yeah, I mean, I was super proud of that record, but I was also kind of like, oh my God, that was exhausting. So I'm working on getting the juice back to do another solo record, but really stoked about the new Jukebox. And I've been cartooning a lot, but I haven't been doing a lot on social media. I've been doing a lot on Patreon and working towards other projects, kind of outside of the social media zeitgeist, which has been kind of a nice change of pace.
Cool. Um, what else? I had a bunch of questions from people that I wrote down. Well, one thing off the bat, what do you so if someone wants to become a cartoonist, what do you recommend? What's the easiest way to jump in?
Well, I mean, I was an idiot and a Luddite, so like if I was giving advice to my past self, I'd be like, learn how to draw digitally, because I was just like, for like a decade, I was just sort of like still stuck on like, no, I like ink on paper, and ink on paper is great, but you know, I found that with an iPad and an iPad Pencil and Procreate, the program, it's just amazing what you can do and how quickly you can do it
Hmm.
and how good it looks. Like it's just there's such an amazing variety of like great drawing tools that are super affordable and YouTube tutorials about how to use them. And I mean, the technical hurdles are lower than they've ever been. So it's worthwhile to invest in them for sure.
Okay, that makes sense. And I
Yeah.
feel like the world is going more towards digital
Well, like
art
same with
anyway.
music, right? It's like now you can have like a really good recording studio at home for like I don't know, like $1,000,
Yeah, Logic
Um,
Pro is $200, and UAD, Universal Audio, just made those like you see the new like preamps built into the thing. Those
it's
they
awesome.
look amazing. It's like wow, I would have used that all the time if it was around.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, it's getting a little scary almost because you're like, if you're a professional, you're like, wait a minute,
Yeah,
like anybody can do this? That's awful. But it's
and also
actually wonderful.
I have my expectations in hearing music is like it should sound pretty pro. Like it used to be like, oh well, it's just a demo for other people and for myself. But now I'm like, oh well, it's not that hard to make it sound professional,
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
totally. Yeah, it's funny. I feel like people always want to hear demos, like oh, I want to hear the demo, but it's like that demo charm that used to exist like doesn't really exist anymore. Like if you
Yeah.
want to hear a demo, you're basically going to hear a worse vocal take over the same recording.
Hmm.
with the bass like not quite as well compressed, you know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It's pretty ridiculous. But yeah. Uh, cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through questions. Even though we have a smaller audience here, I'm gonna post this on YouTube after, so
Oh,
anyone who
nice.
missed it will still be able to see it.
Wait, I have a quick
Um,
question for you.
shoot.
What's the deal with more? What's the deal with new Edu?
Um, that's it's a really good question because I've been trying to start an album for a long time now. I
Okay.
have some songs. I really should. Maybe this whole Keep Up the Good Work series will get me like more motivated to pursue my own path again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know I've told you, but I adore sketches, and
Thank
yeah,
you.
we'll look forward to more.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I really one day.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to like have I'm the type of person I need like to like have it on a board and like have a deadline because I won't work on it till like what like Wednesday night if it's due on Friday, you know,
Yeah, totally.
or Thursday night. You know, it's I'm very last minute and need that kind of discipline.
Well, let this be a
Um,
note to all the commenters to give you a an artificial deadline so they get more you do.
what? So, oh yeah, I'm really excited to read it. But when I put it out too, like it wasn't like I feel like not that many people were listening to it, and then over the years, like in the last 2 or 3 years, I think as Tally Hall exploded, um, it became more like it reached more people. So that's been really awesome to see too. A little more motivation to continue that. Um,
It's awesome.
when you like work a lot on you've worked tons on a project, and you're like, I love it, and then it comes out, and you're like, well, I wish more people listened to it.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, totally. I'm glad people are finding it, and I'm glad the new wave of Tally Hall fans are finding it too.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
pretty good. I feel very fortunate. Um, okay, so Tommy, why are you so obsessed with the apocalypse?
Oh, well, I got on that kick because when I was in college, I was studying abroad for a semester in Italy. Um, and while I was there, I was kind of just traveling around with a guitar by myself the whole time, and loved going into all these just spooky as hell Catholic churches that are all like on every block, the most ostentatious, ridiculous, tiny little churches everywhere in Italy. Um, and just got really into the sort of apocalyptic imagery that pops up everywhere. And so I started writing a concept album about the apocalypse, but sort of making fun of it. I'm Jewish, so the apocalypse is not a big part of
Me
my
too.
upbringing. Um, so I wrote this concept record about the apocalypse that ended up on the first split up and in little chunks on the first Jukebox the Ghost record that I've really wanted to come back to, and will when I get the energy one of these days, just to kind of like come back to it with fresh eyes and do the songs that I didn't record. But yeah, from there, I mean, I don't actually, I kind of use it as a launch pad for imagery, and I've used that with Jukebox the Ghost. I think it's like we're living through really interesting times, and I don't know, something about all that totally psychedelic, nonsensical imagery from the Book of Revelations I found really fun and continue to find fun. But I also like, I'm not a doomsdayer. I kind of like mocking that mindset because, it's not, I feel like that element maybe has gone over some people's heads, but like on my concept record, like it ends with, um, the apocalypse happens and, everyone comes out of their bunkers and they realize that everything's better.
Yeah. Okay, I like that answer. Uh, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a bunch of quick things. People asked a lot of I think random questions. We'll start off opinion on Doors.
The Doors?
Just Doors.
Doors, love them.
Okay. Green Day.
I like good. Good. I
Okay.
was never like a Green Day head. I think the only album I had was Nimrod for some reason.
They
But I
were
like Green Day a lot. They're great.
Dookie was like one of the first two albums I got on my own.
Yeah, I was a moron, so I only had Nimrod.
Well, whatever.
Dookie is obviously better, but I liked Nimrod a lot.
Nimrod is now a classic, I guess.
Is it? Okay, good.
I don't know, mate. I assume the kids like it. The
Hitching a
Beatles.
Ride, so sick.
What?
I said Hitching a Ride, so sick. That song.
I have to, man. It's been a while.
Wait, you said Beatles?
Beatles. I don't know why people ask, do you like the Beatles? Of course you do.
Who the
I
fuck
pulled this
doesn't
up.
like the Beatles?
I know.
There you go.
I bookmarked it. It was like, come on, guys. Better questions. Ween.
Ween?
Yeah,
I'm pro. Yeah, I like Ween.
yeah, me too. Furries. Why did someone ask that?
Big fan, big fan.
Okay. Favorite snacks.
Favorite snacks? I've got a really twisted relationship right now with some trash snacks. I'm really into corn nuts, really into bugles,
Okay.
and really into the big puffy cheese doodles. And I need to get myself off of all of them.
They're all kind of related in a way.
They're all corn. Yeah, a lot of
Chex
corn.
Mix is not in there.
I like Chex Mix. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Right
I
now
like
I'm just
this.
in like a flavorless corn kind of phase.
Interesting. All right. Pepsi or Coke?
I mean, you know, who cares?
Okay. Uh, someone, I don't know if I should ask. Someone asked balls.
Yes, love them.
Okay. Um, and favorite Weezer album or opinion on Weezer?
Oh, a hot take on Weezer. Oh my God. To be honest, I don't really know Weezer that well. I mean, I know, obviously I know the Blue Album,
Yeah.
quite well and, Pinkerton, but I kind of fell off after that. I know that they've gone through all sorts of phases and people have all sorts of hot takes on it, but I think the Blue Album is fantastic.
I agree with that. I think it's the same with like I want to say Maroon 5. I was and also Train. I was like into the first couple albums from those bands
Dude, I had
and
the first Train record and I was like
I was
super
a
into
big
it
fan.
in like whatever, it was freshman year of high school or something.
The only so you've toured with a lot of artists and the one time I was jealous was Ben Folds because in high school I went to see because you did that. I saw Ben Folds 5 and I saw Train open and I didn't know who Train were and it was their first tour and Meet Virginia was starting to hit
Wow.
and I was like, this is an incredible band. I love these guys. And followed that journey, and within, I guess, the next album, Drops of Jupiter, was like took them into a whole nother level. But yeah, I was a huge Ben Folds 5 fan too at the time. But anyway, yeah, I feel that
I
Maroon
was
5.
too. I was too.
What?
I was too. I mean, Ben Folds 5 was like I was I got to see them front row on their last tour at this outdoor
Nice.
gig. I got there super early and got to shake his hand. I was so excited. So it was very cool to come full circle and tour with him too.
Yeah. When you open, do you ever hang out with him, or is he more on his own thing?
Yeah, he's pretty private. He was traveling. I don't know if it's still this way, but he was traveling separate from his band at that point. So he was kind of flying from show to show, and the rest of the crew was kind of going on the bus. So
Okay.
we eventually met him, but
It was the
yeah, we
thing.
didn't hang out a lot, you know.
Okay. That kind of artist.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but I assume like there's a point in your career where you're just like, I just don't care.
yeah, yeah. And he's super nice, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think we caught him at. We toured with him on what was the record? It had the Regina Spektor song on it. Anyways, we caught him. I think at probably the lowest point of his solo career, and
Hmm.
I got the sense he was a little bit over touring at that time, and he seems to be really into it again. So
Okay.
yeah,
Fair deal. Yeah, and he's been through, I think, several marriages. I could be making that up, but
yes, yes, but
pretty.
that was the somebody I knew suggested there should be a Ben Folds 5 all female Ben Folds 5 cover band called Ben Folds Wives, which I think would be great.
That's perfect.
Yeah, but he's very nice, and yeah, I mean, obviously, adore his music.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Um, Okay, okay. Well, what point do you consider a bird too feathery? And I think that's relevant just because you tend to draw birds.
Yeah, at what point is a bird too feathery? I mean, I always kind of have to juggle it. So I've been on a big ornithological kick, drawing wise, recently. So I'll try. It's going to be small on the screen, but I'll try holding up. I've been working on a new series of birds, and wait, where are they? Well, hopefully I didn't delete them. Um, anyways, here's a white-breasted nuthatch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You really emphasize that those butts.
That's just what they look like.
See that?
Yeah, that's just what they look like.
I like it. How do you decide what to draw next?
Um, how do I decide what to draw next?
Like,
Um,
why were you like, oh, I want to draw that bird?
well, I've actually become a. I mean, the reason I started drawing them was kind of in earnest. I'm a birder. So I love just going to the park, any park, and going bird watching. It's just like I find such like a calming hobby because it's like you get to use that sort of agenda-driven anxiety part of your brain, but for something that's totally pointless.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just find it like so refreshing. It's like just such a nice Zen activity that you can kind of enjoy anywhere. Like you don't have to be in like a national park to go bird watching. Like Central Park and Prospect Park in Brooklyn, have like some of the primo bird watching in the country.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
So
that.
yeah, there's this weird effect where if there's a lot of civilization, then all the birds get funneled into whatever green space remains when they migrate. So Central Park and Prospect Park are actually like you'll see more bird diversity there than you would in the Catskills or something.
Hmm.
It's weird.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
One day out.
I'm wor- I'm working on a Thanksgiving one. I feel like I should show you. But I'm still tweaking, but
Amazing. Can you
also
back it up a little?
yeah, also 100% accurate.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
very
like I
detailed. So, like, how long does that take you to draw?
yeah. That I mean, they take a long time because I kind of take the bird part seriously, and then at the end, then draw a big butt. And,
Got to get it right.
yeah, yeah. Well, I started, which by the way, I started doing it because I was genuinely just sitting around drawing birds, and then posted one as a gag with a butt, and somebody in earnest commented like, "Hey, that's not how they look," and so then I added human legs in response, and then now it's just, I guess, my thing.
I like it. You found a thing that is recognizable. I think that's the
It's important on the internet to find a fetish that other people also enjoy and stick with it.
they don't know they enjoy until they see it.
Exactly.
That's pretty much it. Um, okay, I think we'll wrap it up. Thank you for. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or
No, no. Thanks for having me on.
yeah, thanks for coming on. And yeah, good
Um,
luck. Look forward to seeing that finished turkey.
more you do, more you do.
Okay,
Um, yeah, great to see you.
good to see you.
All right,
Signing
bye.
off. Bye, everybody. Thank you.